Be up, guys. Be up, guys. Welcome to the stream. Obviously, this is the confirmed lineups, reaction, and everything. The actual came in a little while ago, and I was going to come. Supposed to be on here at 2:30. So apologies once again, but I was having some trouble. Couldn't get the background up for some reason on here. Know what the fuck was going on with it, but anyway, guys, I've got all this up now. And get into it. And of course, got a comment already from Warren. Go on, Steve. Yeah, cheers, bro. That's what I'm going to get on with, mate. I'm getting into it. Yes. The governor in the house. Let's fucking go. Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. That's true. The governor. I'm here to sting like the bees. And get buzzing about all this. The lineup has been announced and some changes at last from Andrews. And I'm going to get into that right now. Let's see. Hold on a minute, guys. Here we go. Some of these for the better, I guess. Still not sure about exactly one of these. And I think you all know what it is. That Hickey's back at left back. Again, he's not a left back, Hickey. Where's Rico Henry? He's in the squad. He is there. So why is he not being played? Why are we not playing Rico Henry at left back? That's his actual position. He's a proper left back. We're putting a player at left back that isn't really a left back in Aaron Hickey. Good player that he is. He's not really a left back though, is he? So that's something I'm still a bit nonplussed about. I'm not really that happy about. But obviously I'm glad that this man's come in as well, Matthias Jensen. I think he's due a start. He'd been very good lately, especially coming on. Got a few goals when he came on as well. It's either that Andrews is starting to take a little bit of notice, or that it's just that we're playing Burnley, a slightly easy-ish game. I'm not saying it's a total walkover and a total walk in the park, because I don't think it will be. I think Burnley will offer some resistance. I think they're a decent little team. Pretty good defensively, and other teams have taken a while to score against them, have struggled to get goals. Liverpool late on with a late win. United somehow only just beat them. I think they've been a tough nut to crack, Burnley. So this won't be a walk in the park for us, no way. Be up to you, Kev. Fingers crossed we both get back to winning ways today, mate. Yeah, a bit surprised with Sunderland. You've, failed a little bit lately. I mean, is it 2 games you've lost? Yeah, I think it is, isn't it? So you could lose for the 3rd game. So, that'd be a surprise because I think you're a very good team. I really do, Sunderland. I think you're going to stay up, bro. I'll tell you, definitely. Definitely, brother. You are staying up. Very good team. Out of all those teams that come up, you're the ones who definitely are going to stay up. No, for fuck's sake, why is he playing Hickey out of position? Fucking madness, exactly. Warren, I totally concur, mate. I agree with that 100%. But there we go. Andrew seems to have his own ideas about all this, and when you've got a proper left back in Rico Henry, why are we not playing him there? No, we're still going with bloody Aaron Hickey at left back. As good a great player as he is, he's certainly not a left back. Hi, Kev. I hope you are well. And anyway, let's get into this. Brentford head coach Keith Andrews makes 2 changes for this afternoon's Premier League game against Burnley. As it says there, confirmed team news, Hickey and Jensen start at the GTEC. The Bees have lost just 1 of their 7 home games in all competitions. this season, while the Clarets head into this clash losing all but one of their away matches, which is why it could be a tough game. It could well be. You never know. I'm not saying we're going to annihilate this lot. I think we should. I think we're above them. We should be dominant and win this, but it's if we take our chances as well. I'm sure we'll have a few, no doubt. So that is if we can do that. I think we should annihilate this team if we can do that, but I'm not totally sure we will. We sometimes like to make it a bit hard for ourselves, when we should do it easier. Anyway, yeah, Aaron Hickey has been chosen at left back, while Matthias Jensen makes his first Premier League start since August in midfield, which that's one change I'm happy with. I am happy, as I said, with that. Christopher Ayer, which I'm glad he's not playing, to be honest. I don't think he's right anyway at left back anyway. I'm saying Hickey isn't right there. Ayer isn't, but, at the moment, he don't want to play Rico Henry for some reason. Go figure. Yeah, Christopher Ayer and Yeha Yarmouk have dropped to the bench. And, yeah, Yarmo, I think, has been pretty good this season. But at least it's given him a bit of a rest, I think. And Jensen has been crying out for a start. He's been really great, I think, whenever he's come on. Always added something. He's added goals as well. And, he's a great distributor of the ball. His distribution is top notch. So we haven't lost anything there in midfield. Yeah, I think that's a good thing. That's a really great move, great change, but still that Hickey one, I'm still lost on. And he's been a little bit stubborn here with that as Andrews, I think. There's got to be something there in the background we don't know. Why the hell is Rico Henry not playing at left back? I mean, he's fit enough now. It makes sense to me. Yeah. All good, thanks, Warren. Hope you're keeping well, mate. Yeah, from Kev there. Maybe Martin was right about Andrews. Well, yeah, in some respects, yeah, but I'm good, thanks, Kev. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's a little bit childish what's going on with them two. But anyway, I mean, yeah, I do agree in some respects about all that. But, I don't know why. I just thought it's a no-brainer when you have a proper left back in the team, in the squad. Why is he not playing? Yes, I know they want to keep him fit. Rico Henry has had problems with injuries. We all know that. When he gets out injured, he's out for a long time. We all know, and want to keep him fit, but you still got to play. You've got to play matches. So even if you want to keep him wrapped up in cotton wool, yeah, but you still got to play him in matches, for fuck's sake, And really, he's got to be playing, and I don't know why he isn't. But, that's a mystery to me. There were certain things when Thomas was manager. I even with him there, I thought there was some strange things he done, decisions, and why he kept playing certain players, and this and that at times. So I don't think Andrews is that much different to Thomas in a way, unfortunately, in some things. So I'm just drinking my coffee here, guys, because it's getting cold. So I've got to finish this. But yeah, I just think, well, anyway, let's get into it. And the teams, obviously, for the Bees here, we've got Kelleher, Coyote, Vandenberg, Collins, Hickey, Henderson, Jensen, Damsgaard, Ouattara, Thiago and Sharda. But as I say, with the other things there, I'm quite happy about this. I'm fairly happy with this team, apart from the Hickey thing. He's just not a left back. So Henry has to be playing, as far as I'm concerned. But there we go. The subs, Valdemarson, Henry, as I say, he's a sub. Pinnock, Nelson, Onyeka, Yarmouk, Aya, Lewis Potter and Yaniot. And maybe you could argue one or two of them others should get a game. Maybe Lewis Potter. Why isn't he playing? I think he's a good player. And Yaniot wants to leave. Why doesn't he play him and see if he can get him back in love with playing for Brentford and want to stay here? Nelson as well. He doesn't seem to give him any chances apart from cup games. I'd give him a go, Reece Nelson. What we got to lose, The guy is on loan, don't forget. If he gets injured, he gets injured, and we're not losing out. We're not, it's not a shit buy. We ain't paid loads of money for him. So if he gets injured, he gets injured. As far as I'm concerned. Right, and Burnley anyway, their line-up, Dubravka, Walker, Tunzabi, Esteve, Hartman, Florentino, Cullen, Hannibal, Chuana, Fleming and Foster. The subs, Veeb, I don't know who that is, Veeb, I think that's his name, Brun Larson, Ukachukwu, Edwards, Anthony, Ekdal, Perez, Broya and Laurent. So, yeah, and I'll get to the actual proper lineup here. Show it this way on here. And there we go. So, obviously, I will stay on here a while longer, guys, and maybe do some of the first half at least, and see what happens there. Obviously, can't get this live, this game, unfortunately. It's not live. So, just have to keep going, looking at updates on it and so forth. But yeah, can't wait for it to start. I just hope we can win this, fairly easily. As I say, Burnley will be no pushovers, definitely not. But really, they're a team we should beat. They're down near the bottom. They're third from bottom. Let's send out a statement that we should beat these lower teams and that. We've done it against West Ham, who were below us, of course, and struggling. Could have got 7 against them, let's be honest, at least. So let's go and produce something like that here against Burnley and actually notch a few goals, get a few goals in today, take our chances that we don't always do and, get a big win. But there's obviously some other things I want to talk about. And actually one of them is as January is coming up rapidly next year, of course. I'm just wondering, guys, I want to put this question to all of you, especially Brentford fans. I mean, obviously, Tully isn't in here. He's a Brentford fan. But I'm still noticing Norgard isn't playing much part for Arsenal. Is there any chance we could try and buy the guy back? I don't think we should pay a lot, let's be honest, because we pretty much give him away in the first place. Let's be honest to them. I really don't think he's playing much part for Arsenal. And, I still think he's got a lot to offer, the guy, We're 31 years old. I think he was still great here. I mean, look, we've got a guy who's 36 in midfield. Who apparently was supposed to be the replacement for Norgard. I mean, as great as Henderson is, I'm not totally sure you would say he's that replacement. Because I still think that Norgard also gives you something, at the back line, in front of the back line. a guard there, a Nor guard, you could say, at the back. Protection there, for the back line, back four, whatever it is, 5 or whatever, 3. He's there. He sits in front. I mean, you would never really call him an attacking midfielder, that's for sure. And at times, though, he did produce and he got goals. So I think last season, before he went to Arsenal, or was it this season? Whatever. No, last season. Sorry. He scored, I think, his best lot of goals he's ever scored, because he never was a prolific scorer from midfield. I think he got 8 or 9. Was it 8 or 9 goals, something like that, or maybe a little bit less? But I know that was his best season, and yet we ended up getting rid of the guy to Arsenal. I don't think they didn't pay a lot for him, let's be honest, and I think we should have got more off them, to be honest. I'm still not happy with that in a way. I think would there be any chance maybe we could try and get the guy back? I think he'd be great in midfield. We need that defensive midfield player, and he isn't really contributing to Arsenal. He's not playing in that clown manager, fraud manager. He's not putting him in. He'd be getting games with us for sure. Would anyone think he should come back? I know there isn't really any other Bees fans in here at the moment, but I'd say to you, Warren, what would you say if you were a Bees fan? Would you want him back at Brentford? Would you want him back here? Because I'm thinking he should. I would like to get him back, to be honest. That would be a real no-brainer. But I mean, why should we shouldn't pay over the odds to get him back? Let's be honest. I mean, would he want to come back? I mean, okay, you're going to win something at Arsenal, no doubt. Well, you would think you would. Whether it's the Premier, I doubt it still, but you never know. But he obviously wants to win a trophy, I guess. That was one of the reasons he went to Arsenal, I suppose. But, really, if you lot don't win anything again, what was the point? You just well come here and not win anything, I mean, because saying that we could possibly win the Carabao Cup this season, it's not within the realms of impossibility that we could do that. That is very possible. You don't sound very confident about your chances, mate. Well, I just know with us, Warren, that we should be better and we should dominate and really go against the lower teams in the Premier. And we've lost to these teams though before. We lost to Burnley in the past. We lost. Okay, it wasn't at the GTEC. I don't think it wasn't. No. It was at Turf Moor, and we lost 2-0. So, that's why I've still got reservations though. And I mean, we won 3-0 that time. I think it was 2020. Yeah, it was 23-24. It was that season. So, we had beaten them well before. And I think Company was obviously still manager. But no, I think they've got a bit tougher and more resolute and harder to beat than they used to be. They're not under Company anymore. So that's why I'm thinking this might not be as easy as it should be. You haven't replaced Norgard, have you? No. I don't think we have. I really don't. As much as I think Henderson's actually been great for us. I had reservations about him coming to start with, and I thought, well, no, why are we getting Jordan Henderson at his age? And I think he's finished and whatever. But he's actually been great for us, to be honest. He's been amazing. And I still don't want him to play for England, but I think he's been amazing. And, I think Norgard would give us that bit more protection at the back again, like he used to. He had that defensive mode of a midfielder. We will get forward as well, but not as frequently. But he would add loads more, and I think we need that. Yeah, and Warren's saying yes, definitely. Yeah, yeah. Arsenal won't win anything, I guarantee it. Well, you're probably right, mate. You're probably right. Well, it's all going great now. You seem like you're unstoppable and on fire. That's for sure. And of course, we got you after this, so we got to come to the Emirates. So I'm not liking our chances there, but the way you're going, I mean, yes, I know you're going to carry on saying, yeah, it's that prickhead in charge. It is that clown. You still got that clown manager. Of course you have. They can always cock it up for you. We know that. But, the way you're going, the team you've got now, even though, you've got some fantastic players there, let's be honest now. And they're all getting goals at the moment, most of them. So, really, this is going to be tough for us. That will be tough against you lot. And by the way, Bournemouth are 1-0 up. Yeah. What a team, eh, Bournemouth? Yeah. They're 1-0 up. As you can tell, I really love them. Not. But yeah, they're 1-0 up against Sunderland, unfortunately, Kev. Sure Kev's not enjoying that. But there's plenty of time for you to come back. There's loads of time. So it's not over yet. And I'm sure Sunderland will come back. We'll recover from that. It's still early. But yeah, that is that question I thought I'd put out there about Norgard. Because for me, I think he should come back. I think he should come back. Sorry, I'm just watching something else on the. I've got the Sky Sports Saturday and everything on at the moment as well. So just looking at that at the moment as well. But yeah, as you can see, we're still 0-0 with Burnley, 7th minute. But that's what I thought I'd put out there. And as Warren says, he would take him back if he was a Bees fan. And I totally agree, 100%. I think we should get him back. I really do. And then somebody will probably pipe up and say, well, why don't you get Ivan Toney back as well? Get him back in the team. If you want Norgard back, what about Ivan Toney? Well, I think in a way, Toney would be a great goal scorer, would lend extra up front. Him and Thiago, well, that'd be a really strong partnership, wouldn't it? They're both tough blokes, big guys, will pull it about and really rough up the defenders, yes. So, in that respect, yes. But I just don't like the things he done here. You can't ever forget that, the gambling and slagging us off and all that. I think that was wrong, and I thought he was a total prick for doing all that, to be honest. Yes, okay, he was made an example of when he, with his betting and everything. I thought he was harshly dealt with there. They were making an example of him because he's at the Bees, not a really big team, not like an Arsenal or United or Liverpool or anything like that. But City, they wouldn't do that to them. But to us, yeah. And, he paid for all that. But he shouldn't have done it in the first place, let's be honest. When the spotlight's on you nowadays, there's so many ways you can be caught out with what you're doing. It was dumb for him to be doing that. I mean, I don't know whether that was to do with, being bored here. And then again, you don't come out and say all that as well about the team that's paying your wages to play for them. You don't come out and say, look, I hate it here, it's boring, it's shit, the area's shit, and whatever else. You don't do that. You keep your mouth shut, you bite your lip, but that prick didn't. and that's why I hate about the guy. But yeah, as a player, I could see the advantages of him coming back. I really could. But it's whether I suppose we'd have to pay. Would he? Well, yeah, he'd take a pay cut. He said, so we'd have to pay his wages, but he'd happily take a pay cut. So maybe why don't we try that? I mean, that's another possibility. It's something else we could explore, as well as trying to get Norgard back. I mean, I'm putting all these ideas out there. We probably won't even do that. We won't think like that. Andrews and the rest of the staff at the Bees, I don't think we probably won't even bother. We won't think of that. But I just think it's something that could be explored. You could say as well, it's a no-brainer, really. I mean, what's Norgard going to do? What's he achieving at Arsenal? Especially if Warren says they don't win anything again. He's gone there for nothing. Just as well still be here. But we're playing more here. We think more of him here. I was sorry to see him go at the time. I hated that. I thought, why are we selling him? Why? Yes, okay, you could say the age thing. Maybe we thought, he's past his prime now. He's not going to do anything else. He's finished. But then again, at 31, you look at all the players. Obviously, Henderson, 36, still doing well. Harry Kane, what's he, 33 now? 32, 33. Still performing. A lot of players that are well over 30, all still, even 40 odds, like Ronaldo or whatever, all still producing things. So, all still performing amazingly. Aubameyang, look at him at Marseille. He was amazing the other day. And he's, what is he? Is he late 30s, early 40s, I think? Aubameyang. So, yeah. If they're still doing it, what does it matter about the age, I suppose, So, yeah, for sure I'd get Norgard back. I definitely would. And I think we should, but I don't think we're going to somehow. I just don't think that'll happen. And probably not Tony either. So, but there is something else, another article I do want to talk about here. And that's this about Joe Veerman. Obviously, we were after him, and we've been interested in him for quite a while. I think we made some offers for him last season. I think it's towards the end of the season, or was it? I think they said August. Yeah. At the end of August. Anyway, but PSV, and he's saying no, he wasn't bothered for long. Player over Brentford transfer disappointment. PSV Eindhoven midfielder Joe Veerman wasn't bothered for long about his failure to sign for Brentford in the summer transfer window. So it doesn't look great for us, does it? He really didn't care. He wasn't really that bothered. He didn't come to us. I don't know what to read into that, whether he doesn't fancy coming to play for us or what. Or because I think the guy's a quality player. He's an absolute great player. And you see what he done. Was it PSV? Yeah, PSV. He was amazing. I think against Liverpool. So, I think he was brilliant. Bournemouth 2-0 up against Sunderland. Not looking good for them. Unfortunately, Bournemouth are 2-0 up. And I'm sure Kev's even more pissed off now and gutted about all this. But again, there is still time. It's 2-0, but it's still early. You never know. They could come back, Sunderland. You never know. But anyway, let's get back to this. Yeah. PSV Eindhoven midfielder Joey Veerman wasn't bothered for long about his failure to sign for Brentford in the summer transfer window. That's according to his father, Henk Veerman. He's been speaking to the Telegraph, relayed by Football Zone. Veerman was linked with a move to Brentford late in the summer transfer window, with them tabling a bid at the end of August. Their efforts to sign him then went late into deadline day, despite PSV rejecting their advances throughout. Indeed, they were open on why they had been reluctant to sell to Brentford at that point in the window. Reports in the Netherlands had made it clear that Veerman was disappointed with the foul move. Well, so actually he was disappointed. Well, there we go. So I'm glad he was then. I thought he didn't seem like he'd be open to coming to us, but if he was, that's great. And if we still got a chance, I don't know, of getting him. Yeah, he's disappointed with the foul move. He had very much been open to a move to the Premier League and Brentford. Yeah. Instead, he remained at PSV, where he has a contract until 2028. That's worked out well, as he's remained a key player in the team currently leading the Eredivisie. They also beat Liverpool 4-1. Yeah, of course. That's what I was saying. I saw him there and I thought he looked great. Amazing. I thought we could do with this player. Really, he looked amazing. Quality, you know. Champions, 4-1 in the Champions League this week. And his father insists he got over the disappointment of the Brentford saga quickly. I suppose that's exactly what he meant. Then he just shrugged it off. He was still gutted about not coming, but he shrugged it off. So that's good to hear that he did actually want to play for us. And I think, if we still got a chance of getting him in January, that'd be amazing. But if he's contracted now, I don't know. I don't know what happened there. I think apparently he had a buyout clause, and I'm sure we tried to do that apparently, but it was a bit late. We failed because it was too late getting it in. The buyout clause, release clause. So why don't we try that now? If that's still there, that release clause, let's go for it and try and get him. Because I think he looks an amazing player. I really do. Because obviously if we're going to go for somebody like him, we're obviously really interested in buying this guy. So let's go and do it, And I would still put the Norgard thing as another option as well. I'd put that as another option if we fail to get Veerman even, whatever, let's give that some serious consideration, Man City are 1-0 up, of course, in the Premier at the moment also. But anyway, their efforts to sign him then went late into deadline day, despite PSV rejecting their advances throughout. Indeed, they were open on why they had been reluctant to sell to Brentford at that point in the window. Sorry, I read that. Anyway, that was it. He played in the Champions League against Liverpool in their 4-1 win over Liverpool. And his father insists he got over the disappointment of the Brentford saga quickly. Yes. Joey's having a fantastic season anyway, he said. He's back to his old level. Joey wasn't bothered for long by the transfer to Brentford falling through. And he's currently clearly showing how happy he is at PSV. So is that a problem then? Maybe he won't want to leave now. I'm surprised he hasn't been called up for the Dutch national team this season. Also, there's always been a different reason given for why he hasn't been called up. Joey is certainly no less than the midfielders who are called up. The European Championship was a long time ago. I think he deserves another chance, seeing how he's playing now. Yeah, so there we go. That's that. But as I say, I think we should try and get him. I really do. why we're not. Hopefully we might still do that in January though. Get the release clauses there. You know, let's try and get him. You know, I think we should. Let's try and get Veerman. And as I say, the thing with Norgard for me, that could be a no-brainer. If he's not happy at Arsenal, I don't know if he's been asked that recently. If anyone spoke to him, if he don't want to be there, he's not getting games. What's the point of him going there? He's not even going to play. If he comes back here, he's getting games, isn't he? He'll be playing all the time, nearly, you know. So I know he had some injuries when he went there. There was some niggles and stuff. He weren't able to play for a while. But when he's fit, and he's been fit lately, why isn't he playing, you know? Yes, Arsenal got a big squad. They got a lot to choose from. But, you know, I'd want to be playing. You got to give every player a chance. You got to give them all minutes. And if he's hardly ever playing Norgard, I wouldn't want to stay there and playing for that clown anyway. Why would you want to be there? You know, I think he should come back. I really do. But whether we'll try and do that, I doubt it somehow, unfortunately. I just hope they do think about it though, as an option. You know, if we find out he don't want to be at Arsenal anymore, let's go in for him. Let's get him back. You know, where we could get him back for hardly anything, I don't know. If Arsenal are open to let him go for cheap or whatever, I mean, why would we want to pay loads more for him? I mean, we got him cheap anyway. And yes, he did go for more than we bought him for, but maybe if we got him back on a free, I'd love to do that. You know, and then just pay his wages, surely. You know, that money won't mean much to Arsenal losing, you know, only what they paid for him was it 5 million or something? Or was it more? I think, no, sorry, it was more, wasn't it? It was 12 million or something. I think it's 12 million, something like that, I believe, in the end. So it was a lot more than what we paid for him, sure. But, you know, I would try and do that. I would try and get him back. You know, what have you got to lose? He was quite happy here at one stage as well. Don't forget, he was very happy here. He was here for quite a few seasons, so instrumental in getting us back to the Premier as well. I'm sorry, getting up to the Premier, not getting back, but up to the Premier from the Championship. So he was an important member of our team, and I think we should get him back. I really do, guys. I mean, you know, why don't we? Why don't we do it? But still 0-0 the game anyway against Burnley. I was hoping we might get 1 or 2 in the first half, but as I say, Burnley are a tough nut to crack at times, and it's looking to be that way. And Man City are now 2-0 up, by the way, guys, as well. Going really well, but they're only playing Leeds, of course, Leeds United. I think it's only a matter of time before Farker's off, I would think, looking at that. So, yeah, I'll just get to them other scores. Let's go through them while I'm still on here. Might as well go to at least half time, guys. I'll be on here till. Right, let's get to that. And yes, so goals in the other games, but not in our game. And let's just have a quick look there. Yeah. As I say, Man City 2-0 up against Leeds. Foden and Guardiola were the 2 goals there. And of course, Sunderland 0, Bournemouth 2. Adley and Adams for Bournemouth. So there we go, guys. And of course, our game's still 0-0. The Bees at the moment. So 25 minutes gone. Let's have a look, see if there's anything to talk about. Yeah, we've had 4 shots. They've had none. 1 on target and 3 off. So, yeah, we are having chances, shots and whatever, I guess, but nothing meaningful so far. So let's just hope we can get some goals. I mean, we should. I just think this ain't going to be totally easy. We're not going to have it. We're not going to have it really, really easy here. We're going to have a bit of a wall to get through here somehow, to break through. But yeah, I think we should win at least. I mean, if we don't win a point, but ideally a win. You know, going into that Arsenal game at the Emirates, so it's important, the 3 points here. It really is. So, you know, fingers crossed, guys. I just feel, you know, I want to be totally confident about all this, that, you know, we are going to win. But I'm just not. There's just something there, you know, nagging away that's saying, oh, you know, we could blow this at home. And I hope we don't, though. It's Burnley. They are right down there. But they're not the team under Company anymore. They're under Scott Parker. And you know, a lot harder to break down and get through. So I just hope we can, though. I hope we can, guys. I really do. Yeah. But anyway, I will stay on here, as I say, till half time. Hopefully we score before then. Up to you, Warren. Yeah, sorry I had to disappear for a while. No worries, mate. No worries. It's cool. It's cool. Man's got to do what a man's got to do, mate. You know, same for all of us. So, but anyway, yeah. I really hope, you know, we can get a goal. I really do. Get a fire stick, mate. Yeah, I've already got that. I've got one. But I've got, Sunderland have got a goal back, by the way. Yeah, Sunderland got a goal back. And it's Lefay with a penalty. You just well staying here, guys, and get the scores. So I'm only doing the Premier, of course. I'm not doing the Championship, although some good games there. Of course, Coventry will probably win again, you would think. 10 points clear. Going really well under Frank Lampard. You'd think they would win that. You know, a long way clear at the moment. You know what? Maybe I should start doing my own sort of goal thing. You know, I thought about it for a while, doing, you know, the goal roundup thing, matches and stuff. You know, as Warren, obviously you're still in there. What you do on the Saturday generally, unfortunately, you're not at the moment, but for various reasons. But obviously, you know, I'd like to do that, something like that myself. You know, do the matches, scores and stuff. But obviously, yeah, it's about having the time sometimes to do it, and then also, if I do go to a match, I won't be able to do it anyway, or anything else that crops up, I'd have to go to, so I won't be able to do all that. But it's a good thing. I thought about this, you know. I really do. I really have thought about this. Do a match day live, Steve. It's great fun. Yeah. Sure is. It definitely is, mate. And I think you're brilliant when you do it. I think you're superb on your channel with that. That's brilliant. I always love tuning into that, coming into that live chat and everything else. It's always wild, mate. Always fantastic, especially when you do that the craze stuff, Legend. You know, that film and everything, and Alexis Sal and everything with that. That is so funny. Fucking brilliant, mate. You know, I love it. Superb. You know, I'll give a little plug here. Please check out my Desert Island matches on Warren's channel. Please check that out, guys. I done that the other day. It was recorded and put out a couple of days or so ago. And I think it's great. You know, it's very tough for me to pick 5 matches. Very tough out of all the games I've been to see or you know, that have happened over the years. And all the players, it was very hard to remember some of those players because, you know, I was on there sort of scratching my head thinking who are some of these players, and it didn't seem that long ago that they were playing, and, you know, I should remember them all. But it's very difficult because we go through so many players that have been and gone from our team, you know, and been successful but moved on, and it's very hard to keep up and keep remembering them. There's some great players, as we all know. As I keep mentioning on that, Lloyd Owusu was one of them that we got from Slough Town, non-league. And what a player, though. What an absolute baller for us. He was amazing. And we've had a few. We had a few down through the years, as I say, and he was just one of them. You know, so please go and check that out. You know, Desert Island matches, I'm on there. Please watch that, guys, and on Warren's channel, superb. Obviously, I'm not the only one who's done all that. They've had a big Carl Walsh, of course, of Volcano. He's been on there doing it. And that, I'd like to see all that. I've only seen a bit of it, but that looks amazing, that one. Carl Walsh, you know, that would be interesting. Be amazing. Who's the others? I think you had, is it Diesel as well? Did you have Diesel on there, Warren? I think Diesel was on there. But yeah, check that out, guys. And he's put the thing in here, the link. There it is, link there, guys. Here's a link for Mr. B's appearance on Desert Island football matches. That's the one. So please click on that. Check that out. Not just me, as you know, the other guys that were on it as well. So it was Carl Walsh. I know he was one of them, and I managed to catch a bit of that, but unfortunately, I haven't managed to see any of the others. I'll try and watch all the rest of that as well. But yeah, please do that, guys. Please check that out. Yeah, we're still 0-0. The only goalless game in the Premier is our one. Plenty happened in the Championship, though. Sheffield United won again, 3-2. Another big win for them. Oh, right. No, not Diesel. Kyle Walsh, Kenny Ken and Jez. All right. Yeah. Well, Kyle Walsh and Kenny Ken would be great to watch. Anyway, Leicester 2, Sheffield United 3. Interesting game. Sheffield United 3-0 up at half time. And Leicester almost made a comeback, didn't they? Brought it back to 3-2. Very nearly 3-3. Incredible. Tommy Cannon there. There was no Bobby Ball, unfortunately. Scoring. He said, "That'll do for me, Tommy. Rock on, Tommy. Rock on." I loved all that. Cannon and Ball. They were amazing back in the day. So funny. Tommy Cannon still around, of course. Unfortunately, Bobby passed away. I think, 5 years ago now? Something like that. It's got to be 4 or 5 years ago. Such a shame. Of course, he got COVID, unfortunately, when that bastard thing was at its worst, terrible. He was brilliant, really funny, Bobby Ball. He was superb. I remember seeing him on Not Going Out. When that was on, he was Lee Mack's dad in that. And I actually went to see that with my mate, one of them shows. He's on live. It was at Pinewood. They do a lot of those shows there. And that one was live there, filmed live, and in the studios there. And it was great to see Bobby Ball. He's just like he is. You see him on telly, like he was there. He was so funny, brilliant, laughing and joking with us, the audience, before it started or after it. Because he wasn't actually in the episode we watched, we were there to see. He didn't actually figure in that. He wasn't in that one. But he was still there or thereabouts everywhere. He was still around there and coming to have a laugh with us, have a joke. That was amazing. It's such a shame. When the people you grow up with, the entertainers that you grow up with through the years on telly, no longer with us, some of them, and he's one of them. But yeah, Tommy Cannon is still around and doing some sort of shows, I believe. So please go and check him out. He'll still be great. I know he's doing something. I think his son is his manager or something. So he's doing some sort of one-man shows or something, I believe. But anyway, back to the football. 3-2 Sheffield United. Good win for them, though. They're having a pretty good run now. Of course, Portsmouth 0, Bristol City 1. Harry would be happy, the Bristol City fan, the young lad that I know, has come in here and come into the live chat a few times and been on streams as well. That's his team, so I'm happy for him. They beat Portsmouth 1-0. And, of course, Stoke 1, Hull 2. Good win for Hull. They're going pretty well. Ajayi and Gelhardt for them. Thomas for Stoke, Zorba Thomas, of course, the Welsh international. Apparently, one of the best goals out of that game was his. Apparently. So that'd be worth watching. Coventry 1, Charlton 1 is another one as well. Charlton were 1-0 up there. Through Nibs, Eccles equalised for Coventry in the 40th minute. But of course, Coventry been awesome. 10 points clear in the Championship at the top. Middlesbrough 0, Derby 1, Adjiman. So they're doing pretty well. Middlesbrough a little bit on a bad form now. Not exactly doing much at the moment. Millwall nil, Southampton nil. Who cares about them? Millwall, scum. Fuck them. Who gives a fuck about them? They can't do nothing against the team that have got Ross left playing for them. Well, they must be bad, eh? They must be pretty shit. Fucking Millwall. Fuck those. Fuck them bastards. Who cares? Norwich 3-1 up against QPR. Quarter pound of rubbish, eh? And they're playing like it at the moment, QPR. As you can tell, rivals with them, we are as well. West End rivals as well, QPR. So, yeah. And funny enough, an ex-Bees player scored for Norwich. Emiliano Marcondes has scored. He scored the first goal. One of our ex-players, of course. And, of course, Warren's mate there, he's the fan of those, Norwich. Yeah, so he's there, Marcondes now. Another good player we had. Scored that, is it the second goal I think he got? In that game when we went up. We won 2-0 in that playoff. And it was him and Tony, obviously, that scored. So, yeah. But it's good to see him still doing well. And he scored there for Norwich. So, Bengu, own goal, and Forson, Burrell for QPR. Who gives a fuck about them? I don't. And, right. Sheffield Wednesday 2, Preston 1. Sheffield Wednesday in a bit of trouble, of course, and had points deducted. Real trouble down the bottom, but they got winning, importantly at the moment, 2-1. McNeil with 2, and Whiteman for Preston. And West Brom nil, Swansea 2. That's a bit of a surprise, bit of a shock score. West Brom going really well, so a bit of a shock. Vibotnik and Galbraith with the 2 there. And Wrexham nil, Blackburn 1. Good Johnson with a goal for Blackburn. And Wrexham, of course, going very well. Well, looking to go up again, get promoted again. Up into the Premier, no doubt. With their millionaire Hollywood owners. Ryan Reynolds, of course, Coventry now 2-1 up against Charlton. And that's Sims there with the second goal. So the leaders of the championship 2-1 up. Let's have a little look at the table and see what's going on there. Championship. Right. Yeah, Coventry, as I say, going well there. Look at that, 10 points. Well, now it's 13 points at the moment. Stoke City second with 30. Middlesbrough third with 30. And of course, they were losing at the moment, Middlesbrough as well. So it's still close between those, and Bristol City, of course, fourth. Any one of those at the moment. Derby as well, 29. Even Millwall, hate to say it, 6 there. Could get that second spot. Even Hull City in 7th with 28. Ipswich 8th, 27th. It's all tight at the moment. Preston North End 27 in 9th. Birmingham City 10th with 25. But as I say, Coventry the only ones that are pulling miles away at the top there. Only lost once out of their last, is it 5 games, 6 games? They lost only once. Wrexham, Southampton, Wrexham, of course, 25. They're looking fairly good still, keeping QPR 13th. Watford, Shitford there with 24. So you got Quarter Pound of Rubbish and Shitford, both down there in mid-table, whatever, or nearly mid-table. So Leicester right down there, surprisingly. Charlton pathetic down there as well. Blackburn Rovers, West Brom, Swansea. Got Sheffield United now up to 20th. They're pulling away a bit now, away from that danger zone. They'll be happy to be away from that. Oxford United also out of it a bit with 18. Portsmouth have slipped into it now, relegation zone 17. Norwich, well, they win today. They'll have 16. Still not enough to get them out of it. It gives them a better chance of evading that relegation. They've had 2 draws and 4 defeats in their last 6. So they need a win, big time. And Sheffield Wednesday, of course, need a massive win, but with -1, of course. And of course, they were deducted 12 points, Sheffield Wednesday, for entering administration, as we all know. So they need quite a few wins, really, quite a few points to get them out of that. The Bees and Burnley 0-0 at half-time, by the way, guys. So got to do something in this second half, that's for sure. Let's get some goals, guys. Come on, let's get some goals, lads. Come on. We really need some goals. Yes, that's the only goalless game, of course, in the Premier. Right. Warren again there. Check out Steve Bracknell. Yeah. The Game Is Gone podcast on BBC sounds absolutely brilliant, hilarious. Yeah, I bet it is. Yeah. He's a character, that guy, isn't he? Steve Bracknell. Yeah. Very funny. Fuck them all, Steve. White City is a shithole, to be fair, mate. Exactly, mate. Definitely. For sure. It really is. But yeah, I think we're into the half times now. And yeah, Brentford 0, Burnley 0. Come on, lads, let's get winner and let's get a few goals in the second half. I put 3-0 for that, to be honest. Although I wasn't really confident, but I've still gone for a 3-0. I just hope we can get some in the second half. Come on. Let's break down Burnley. That Burnley wall. Man City 2, Leeds 0, half time. Looking fairly comfortable for City there. At the moment, Leeds not offering too much. Sunderland 1, Bournemouth 2. Sunderland back in that game at 2-1. Just one behind there. So, like to see if they can get an equaliser and go on and win it maybe in the second half, Sunderland. As you can tell, I don't care for Bournemouth too much, but and there are a lot of big reasons for that, guys, that I don't care for Bournemouth too much. And that's mainly down to their fans. So I think that's pretty obvious what I'm talking about. So, but I will remind people, they did say we were going to go down, we were going to be relegation fodder before the ball was even kicked, their fans said. Their so-called experts said the Bees are going down without anything happening. Yeah. Yes, we lost Thomas Frank, we'd lost him, we'd lost Bramo, we'd lost Visser, we lost Norgard. But at the end of the day, how does that put us down? Yes, we lost goals in Vissa and Bramo. We lost goals there. Had, great partnership. And lost a great fine manager. I wouldn't say totally great, but he's a fine manager, a very good manager in Thomas Frank. When you see what he's doing now at Spurs, and it's not great, is it? But then again, I don't think Spurs are that fantastic anyway. And we got them soon after the Arsenal game. Fancy our chances a little bit more against them than Arsenal, that's for sure. But yeah, I suppose you can say, they may think we've lost those and we're going to struggle. But far from the case. That wasn't the case. We've been really good. And we are, I think, 13th still. Was 12th at one stage, and even was in the top 10 briefly. I know we're not above that. We're not right up there. We're not a sort of a 6th, 7th, or even 5th or anything place team really at the moment. Long way to go to say we're going to be that good. But we're getting there. But it's going to be ups and downs still with this season with Keith Andrews. So we're not going to be right up there, I don't think, unfortunately. Warren there again. I used to work in Shepherd's Bush in White City and saw stuff going on there that I've never ever seen go on anywhere else. Absolute madness. Yeah, you mentioned that a few times, Warren. Told me about all that. Yeah. It's fucking, mad. Weird area. Some weirdos there. But, yeah. Anyway, guys, so I might just bounce in a little while because obviously it is half time. But I'd love us to get some goals in that second half. I really hope we can. And get a win. Important winning this one. Going into that Emirates game. That'd be important for us, really. To do that. I really hope we can, guys. Fingers crossed. And anyway, as well, follow me on Insta at Mr. B for Life 182 and subscribe to Mr. B Hive Football Chat. Please smash those likes, guys, and sub. If you're new, please sub to me. It's really important, guys, because I'd love to get to 200. I don't do it mainly for subs. I love doing this for, the fun of it, laugh and the joke, and to go and to talk about my team, importantly. To get my team there on the map. Small club still. But batting above our weight and stinging in the Premier. And long may it continue, really. But, of course, I still like to get the subs as well. If I get to 200, that's brilliant. That is brilliant, And I can do a celebration stream before Christmas, an early Christmas present for me. And, I'm still on 186 so far. So come on, guys, you want to keep subbing. You love this content, do that. But please, even if you don't really try and watch, it's still good. And I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but I do some pretty good stuff. So always try and give my all, 100% to the streams. And hopefully, I will get to that 200. But I've got plenty more to come. I'm going to be doing the buzz a bit more this week because didn't get to do any of that last week in the end. So I may do a couple of those this week. One of those will be a special one about the season so far. Thinking of doing that. The ups and downs and all the teams that have surprise packages, maybe the likes of Sunderland and so forth. Go on about that and chat about that. And, the teams that are the bigger teams that seem to be struggling, the likes of Liverpool and everything, what's going on there. Plenty of other things there on that one. What I want to debate, of course. The story of it so far, really, coming up to Christmas now and end of the year, and see what next year will hold. What business are any teams going to do? Maybe in January, if they can do anything, because it's very hard to do that in January. Get players in. And I think that's what we're trying to do as well. We want to try and get players in, so that could be important for us. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to do that, the Buzz one. It'll probably be maybe Monday or maybe later in the week. I'm not totally sure yet. But I've got to do the preview for the Arsenal game. And I'm going to have got a few Arsenal fans, obviously, to come on. Warren, I'm sure you'll come on. Even if you've got to come on and have a rant and slag them off again, mate. I'm sure you'd want to come on. There's a few others that I could bring on. Maybe one or two that talk a lot of shit. Certainly one, that's for sure. That doesn't know fuck all. Thinks he does, but he's full of shit. And there's a few others, of course, that I could bring on. I'd love to get Kenny Ken on, but I can't see that happening, unfortunately. Unless you can talk to him, Warren, and see if you can get him to come on. That'd be great. People can also find out all about Mr. B's life as a football fan on YouTube by clicking on this link. Yeah, that's right. Click on that. Please do that, guys. Yeah. Yeah, if you could, Warren, mate, try and see if you can get Kenny Ken to come on here. Because I'd love to have him on to talk about Arsenal. For the preview especially. I'm just trying to think who else I could get on here. Because there are quite a few Arsenal fans on here, of course. But there are at least maybe certainly one I wouldn't want to come on here. Maybe two. And not naming any names, but you know who you are. But anyway, if I can get one or two, maybe three Arsenal fans on, would be fantastic. Obviously, Luca would be another one. I could probably ask him. Big Arsenal fan, of course. I'll try and find some others. That'd be great. Yeah, this is all for Warren, of course, his channel. They can also listen to it on Spotify by clicking on the link. Please do that, guys. Links here. All that one, and you got that one too. To find out about my life as a Bees fan. And football fan in general, I suppose. And that one. So, if you can do that, guys, that'd be brilliant. Follow Warren, fantastic channel, Warren's Team Talk. Go and check that out. And mine, please keep this one going. That's fantastic. I appreciate all your support, as usual, and love and support and everything, It's great. Please keep it going, guys. I really do appreciate it. And thanks if you have been watching, a couple of streams I've done last week, of course, and the one on Monday, the preview for this game, and the sort of one yesterday I done as well. Although it was late at night, it was about 10 odd. I've done that one. You know, it's obviously to do with the teams and the injuries and various things, and sort of an update really, you know, for this game. So check those out, please. That'd be brilliant. And yeah, that'd probably be about it, guys. I'm going to bounce really. Hopefully, I'm looking forward to the second half and hope we can get a win. That's very important now. You know, the 3 points before the Arsenal game, leading up to that'd be fantastic, guys. And of course, I'll do the reaction for this, of course, and that'd probably be tomorrow, no doubt. I'm sure I could do that one tomorrow, and hopefully a win. Hopefully, I'll be happy and won't go on a rant if we somehow lose. I hope that's not the case. I hope not. Anyway, guys, you know, fingers crossed. But anyway, I'm going to bounce, guys, and, you know, enjoy the rest of your weekends, everyone. Enjoy the football and all the other sport and other things going on telly and everything else. And have a great one, guys, until the next one, which will obviously be tomorrow, hopefully, reaction. I'm going to bounce, guys. Cheers, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Bye. Cheers.